Welcome to Module 2. I hope you're following the recommendation to be an active learner. Read and mark up the articles and look up the verses in your Bible. To begin, let's recap the big ideas from Module 1, where we focused on the fourth commandment. Let me ask you a question. From what we learned in Module 1, is remember the Sabbath a good name for this class? I recommend you pause the video here and ponder this question. As we learned in Dr. Lane's article, keep the Sabbath is an inaccurate phrase. It should also include the word holy. Keep the Sabbath holy is more accurate. Even better is remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. However, we shorten the name of the class to remember the Sabbath ... and we put an ellipsis of 3 dots after the shortened phrase to reflect that it is an unfinished thought. When you see remember the Sabbath ... you should automatically think of the rest of the name to keep it holy. In the second article, I love the way Medved juxtaposed the initial word of the fourth commandment. Remember from Exodus 20 with guard in Deuteronomy 5. We remember to emphasize the positive elements of the Sabbath while guarding it from negative things that could take away from the holiness of the day. These things take preparation, they don't just happen. Perkins shared that Christ added a spiritual dimension to the Sabbath day. To keep this day holy from a spiritual perspective, it means that we need to be doing good on the Sabbath. These articles will certainly help us to keep the Sabbath day holy. In Module 2, we're going to go back to the very first Sabbath day in the beginning of the Bible. We'll read 2 articles from the Sabbath Sentinel that will help us understand how the Sabbath started at the end of Creation Week. The First Holy Thing by Kenneth Westby looks into 3 things God did at the end of Creation Week in Genesis 2 and 3. God rested, God blessed it, and God made it holy. The second article, The Blessed Day by Jason Overman, also looks at the word holy, but digs more deeply into why the blessed day of the week is such a delight. These 7 pages of reading will give you an enlightening look at Creation Week and the word holy.